Two sisters, one king. One sister wants the king, but the other does not because she's already in love. Sounds like a regular story, but this story twists and turns in a way that will shock you even if you've seen it before. It will shock you again, I promise.
We are in the front pages of every newspaper and magazines in town, and most of all with the king.
They're the front page of every newspaper and magazines in town. Why? They haven't met the king yet. One of the sisters, Jackie Appiah, is in love with this guy. And before we move on, I need to give a disclaimer. If you're a teacher of any kind, if you're a school teacher, you teach basic school or high school or anything like that, you teach daycare, anything like that, maybe don't go and watch this movie, watch this video. Especially if you teach for the government, turn it off. Okay, don't even watch the video. I want to spare you my videos. Don't even watch it.
What is he doing here? Louisa, don't start. Don't start. Don't tell me you're falling in love with him. Louisa, I'm in love with him. You're in love with a school teacher? He also owns a bookshop.
He also owns a bookshop. Looking at the rates at which people read books in this country, he's still broke. And why does the bookshop matter? If you really love him, you would tell her to stop insulting him about not having money, not trying to add on to the amount of money that he could have. But I see this part is very, very important because at some points later in the movie, she has a conversation with her teacher lover boy, and she says something that will bring us back to this in a very major way. So keep that in mind.
Mother is not going to like this, you know that, right? He can't even take care of you.
Now, if you've seen enough of these movies, then you know who Mother is. You know who Mother always is.
My goodness.
So here's the main story. John Dumelo is the king of a kingdom called Douala. Is it Douala? Or Douala? Whatever. And he has one major problem. His wife keeps carrying babies and then stops carrying the babies.
A son is what you wished of the gods, and they in their graciousness has granted your wish. Would you now deny the king and the kingdom of an heir to the throne?
I'm sorry, what is she supposed to do over in that situation? She's just pushing the baby out. How is she going to deny the king? She's carrying the baby. And so because of this, his solution is to keep marrying more wives until he gets a child.
Fret not your heart, your majesty. For by the favor of the gods, all shall be well.
Your words are soothing to the heart, Ajipon.
Yes, this is one of those. It's one of those Afro-Shakespearean movies with superfluous language to try and sound royal. And in this movie, in the beginning at least, I love the language of the king because everything he says sounds a little bit spicy.
Your words are soothing to the heart, Ajipon. But more soothing shall be the feel of my seed clenched in my arms.
More soothing shall be the feel of my seed clenched in my arm. There's a masturbation joke in there somewhere, but I can't find it yet. Oh yeah, I just remembered it. I forgot it.
Your majesty.
Flip your tongue and fill my ears with the wishes of my heart, Ajipon.
Oh, Henny, like, are you sure we are on the same page with the language? These things you are saying. Flip your tongue and give.
For behold, the drummers await a melody, the dancers a tune, and the kingdom for a feast, to herald the birth of the prince.
Let the drummers put away their drums, and the women in stiffened hips, each one return home.
A little issue over here. This king looks very young. This is a young John Dumelo over here doing his voice like this to talk like a king. Why is the young king so pressed about an heir to the throne? Is he young? Is he dying? Does he have cancer? Is something going on?
Do you agree with me that marriage is not just about making babies, but about stability and happiness? And that wealth plays an important role in marriage?
This girl, if you don't like the teacher, let him go back to school and go and teach. The students are waiting. What is all of this? If we're at this part, you guys are rich, so use your money. What's the problem?
This guy has more girls in his heart than a whorehouse. His dreams of you are nothing good but to get him between your thighs for his own selfish pleasures.
Now mind you, Beyonce, Nadia Buari, is the sister who wants the king because he's rich.
He's so handsome.
He is not only handsome, he is rich and very influential.
So she's saying that somebody wants to be with another person for selfish pleasures is not, so what? That's what we are all doing.
Louisa, love justifies anything and everything.
If that's the case, then why are you asking about wealth in the beginning? If it justifies anything and everything, then you should just marry that guy. And it's not the only time she says this thing. But before we get to the second time,
the only thing that hurts me is that I don't have enough strength to give you the beating you deserve. Love justifies anything and everything.
It does not.
I'm in love with him.
You are in love with who? A common school teacher?
You know, this disrespect to school teachers is not, I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm going to stand for the teachers now. The fact that they are underpaid, salaries have been delayed, they don't buy anything brand new, they haven't bought anything new in the last 6 months, does not give anybody the right to disrespect them. And if you're a school teacher watching this, I know that with all this disrespect you get from society, you are going to allow your own children to marry another school teacher. Right? But all jokes aside, this disrespect is very bad because school teachers, they shape the future. They're the ones who train the little children who grow up to become the leaders who grossly underpay them. So I don't know. If you're a school teacher, how do you fix that? Because you are training the children. So I don't know. Maybe you are teaching the children. Tell them, hey, when you grow up, pay teachers, pay teachers. Every time you see them, every time you let them. Every time you inspire them and tell them that you can grow up to become the presidents, like my teachers told me when I was a kid. Tell them, and when you become leaders, pay teachers, pay teachers, pay teachers. You know, if in every daycare or every kindergarten class on the board they've written pay teachers well, when the kids grow up, one of them is going to be a leader. When they grow up, they're going to have it in their head, and they're going to pay the teachers well. You are not going to enjoy it now. Probably be dead by then. By plant the seed for the future. I already do this now, so plant a good seed.
Clenched in my arms.
Now this is a Ghanaian film and this should go without saying based on the confusing story. But then Kassim Scenario says this.
You are grounded. From today onwards, no more visitors.
You are grounded. Like the way American children are grounded. Also, is she not in her 20s? How is she going to be grounded? Are these people teenagers? What are the ages in this film? And African moms don't say grounded. They'll tell you not to go out, and if you go and come, you will be slapped.
This king takes no delight in a barren queen.
Cruel and hurting are your words, my lord.
What do you mean barren queen? She's not barren. The babies are just dying. Maybe talk to the gods or something.
And all I ever required of you was an heir to the throne. Is that too much to ask of you, Sewa? Is it?
Yeah, it's too much to ask because she doesn't control a lot of the stuff. You're the king. Why don't you beef up the healthcare system in the kingdom so that they don't have to give birth in a room like that so that the children don't keep dying?
I dare you say you're not being fair to me?
So now the king is on a hunt for a new wife who can give him a son.
Ajwa, if you become the queen of this kingdom, what will be your duties?
Your Grace.
I thought this whole thing was for them to find a woman who can give birth. What's up with this examination in section B compulsory type questions? What's happening over here?
Your Majesty, my fathers, I greet you all.
This girl doesn't look like she can give birth, but she looks like one who enjoyed the process before the pregnancy a lot. Look at her face and look at
Your Grace.
You are a true beauty.
I feel you, my king. I feel you. I know why you're saying that. So we're on the same page.
What are you called?
Ophabia, Your Grace.
Ophabia.
She didn't say Ophabia. She said Ophabia.
Ophabia, Your Grace.
There is a tent, like a cave.
They're answering riddles now. What is this? Is this science and math quiz?
To turn my daughters into great ladies and eminent personalities. I've spent all I've labored for making sure of this goal. And to think that all I've fought for all these years will go to no avail. I can kill for that.
Madam.
Now, I actually expected her to kill the guy over here because it's a Ghanaian film. But what happened? I didn't see coming.
I love your daughter and I intend to marry her.
This disrespect must stop. Would she have slapped him if he was a headmaster? Most likely, yes, because they only get paid a little bit more above them. And sometimes they are also part of the corruption, which is the reason why the teachers don't get paid. I know this. I have facts on this. You're a headmaster, defend yourself in the comments below. So at this point, Kassim Scenario and her brother, who is Kofi Ajololo, who works in the palace, decide to sneak the two girls in there so that they can secure a lifetime of wealth for themselves.
She's standing the risk of losing her feminine pride.
Well, that I'm willing to lose to a man of such caliber, not to the likes of Clint.
And when he finishes with you, your reputation will be ruined.
When she gives her virginity to the king, her reputation will be ruined. And if you give it to the teacher in this universe, I'm not disrespecting teachers, but the way that disrespected in the movie, if you give it to the teacher, he also will be intact. I see. The king is coming to their house, and so they prepare the house very seriously by spraying the room so that the king doesn't get malaria. Now, Beyonce, Nadia Buari, is the one who really likes the king. But then, as plot twists go, the king happens to really like Appiah.
What other talent is it that you have, apart from your physical beauty?
Singing.
And she actually can. But not in this movie. In the other movie, the Beyonce and Ciara movie. If you haven't seen it, to come over here, check it out. If you have seen it, watch it again. If you've seen it already, so you know it's a very good video.
Sing for me.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
I'm not getting that thing, guys. Like it's supposed to be
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Maybe she's singing the blues. Because what I'm hearing is something more. Sounds bluesy.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Don't ever try singing again. Ever again.
Have I made your wish, my king?
Bravo.
So the king starts bonding with Rose, Jackie Appiah, and once again Nadia Buari is in a situation where somebody is taking her man. And you know how it goes when somebody tries to take Beyonce's man. You know how it goes.
Virgin.
Proudly, yes. No man has ever felt the softness of my body or pressed his lips against mine in pleasure.
Are we supposed to believe she's a virgin? And also, why she's selling herself so much? Why is she putting everything out there like that? I thought she's in love with the other guy. Let's relax. That scene is coming. The scene with the scene I've been talking about is to come very soon.
The king, in his own wisdom, prefers another.
Who in his wisdom does the king prefer to me?
The king has found grace in the eyes of your sister Rose.
Now the king has chosen Rose, Jackie Appiah, but Jackie Appiah is in love with the school teacher. And so there is no way she is going to leave him for the king. Because remember,
love justifies anything and everything. Love justifies anything and everything.
Love justifies anything and everything.
You do not love the king. You just accepted him for his wealth, fame, and the crown that rests upon his head. And what are you after? The grace that rests upon his heart.
Wait... madam, I'm a little bit confused. What is going on here?
The grace that rests upon his heart.
I thought you loved the teacher forever. Are you leaving him because of the salary that does not rest in his bank account? Oh, Charlie, Ado. And I guess we can say she taught the teacher a lesson this time.
My interest in him is the meekness of a man in love. That I see in his eyes.
Madam, he's looking for babies, oh. He's looking for a baby, so this is your meekness of love, whatever. It's not a thing. He's looking for a baby, please.
What do you desire of me, my king?
Everlasting
Hunani.
fidelity.
Oh, he said fidelity, sorry.
Long-lasting love.
And so at this point, I'm a little bit confused with the king's motivation because this whole thing was to find somebody who can give him a baby. So the king, as far as we know, does not want love. Meaning the girl that's perfect for him was the girl with the big boobs.
Or Fabi, your grace.
But then the second would be Nadia, because she also doesn't want love. She wants to be a queen, and she probably can give the king a baby.
The king was already falling in love with me. I could see it. I could read it right through him. I'm in love with another. I told him I can't. Why? Because I'm in love with someone else, mother. Clint.
Oh! Never mind, she still loves the guy. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh my God. Wow, she will not be teaching him a lesson. That's great. Teachers for the win. Teachers are up.
Why are you doing this?
Love, please do me the honors of accepting my ring.
I give you the right to speak to my mother.
Oh, never mind. Class is still in session. The lesson will be taught. And over here is where we have that conversation I was talking about in the beginning. Remember everything she said? Wealth is part of happiness. Love justifies anything and everything. All those things, they all come to this scene.
Clint, I just realized that I don't love you.
How? When did you realize that you didn't love him? Was it when you went to the king's house and they threw flowers on you and you saw the houses? And you saw the cars, you saw the expensive sculptures. Is that when you realized that you didn't love the teacher anymore? You know when she said love justifies anything and everything, she didn't mean it in favor of the teacher. She meant it in the opposite way. Meaning that anything she does, whether she leaves him or stays with him, is justified as long as it's love.
What happened between us is nothing but illusion. It clouded my eyes.
Hey! Nah, I'm feeling pains. I know it's just a movie, but I'm feeling pains.
Did you say you just realized?
Yes.
She realized that butterflies don't buy watching, feelings don't buy food, and real love cannot even buy fake shoes.
Have you no interest for this family?
Oh, you mean your interest?
I beg your pardon?
Well, carry on in your facade of pretense and use your daughters as a ploy to get a bite of royalty.
Oh I heard she slapped her because she said facade.
Carry on in your facade of pretense.
The word is facade.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
I still won't ask you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will ask all school teachers to leave their horror stories in the comments below. Let us sympathize with you. Let's empathize. Let's give you words of encouragement. Let's talk. Okay, you need some therapy because the government won't pay for your therapy fees. The mental health don't pay. That's not you can't pay. So let's talk in the comments below. I'll be a therapist. Let me not stick out a video. Did you watch this movie when it came out? I did. I'd forgotten about it, but it's a cool movie, honestly. It's not very bad. So this is the part 1. Whenever I've seen this, I will drop the part 2 on the next day after I've seen this. Will I do that? Will I actually do that? Stay tuned. I love doing these movies so much. I haven't done them in a while, so sorry. But I still don't love doing them as much as I love you guys. And I'll see you guys soon in another video. Sing the song.
I go never ever ask you to like and subscribe. But you go share my video if you know you're feeling my vibe. People, I go never